All right. Hello, I'm Jessie Burgart, and I'm reading The Art of Focus by Dan Koe, and it's day 53. So let's dive in. Most of your audience will be beginner level. This isn't by your design, but because most of the world doesn't believe they have the capacity to improve themselves. Encourage them the most, but be sure not to neglect the others that need a more advanced message. Most people are mindless consumers of the media that crosses their eyes, but the silent observers, they reverse engineer, dissect, and research why that message is so impactful. From the lesson they receive, they can develop the message they are putting out. By attracting an audience to your brand, creating a message that shines awareness on the problems they face and the solutions to solve them, you set yourself up to generate a creative income with the product you create. Using what we learned about done for you, done with you, and do-it-yourself products and services in the last section, let's walk through a business path that allows your life's work to bloom. The only startup cost is a commitment to the path. The easiest way to generate an income is to help people increase their own. This may seem shallow, but remember, money is the main resource holding individuals back from personal evolution. By prioritizing your education around the evergreen skills, marketing, sales, writing, and speaking, you set yourself up for your first hunt in the wild internet. This path follows the learn a skill, teach a skill, sell a skill progression. You can either stick with the evergreen skills or learn a results-oriented skill that is specific to the state of the internet as you are reading this. You start by learning the skills with methods previously discussed. Teach the skills as the message you use to attract an audience. And lastly, you sell the skill to those that understand your newly developed expertise. If this doesn't make sense, it's because you haven't built a project that requires the evergreen skills. That is the first option to generating a creative income. From my experience in consulting, teaching, and working with nearly 10,000 brands, this is the fastest path to cash, no gimmicks. The second option is an evolution of the first. I would recommend that you start building your independent income source immediately, but some people want to learn the ropes before they press play. That's understandable. You will need a complete skill stack to progress in this second stage. All evergreen skills and a few results-oriented skills that you learn as you build are necessary for this to work. This style of one-person business is where you quite literally pursue your goals in public, that's brand, solve your problems as you're pursuing those goals, the content, and create a system to help others do the same, which is the product. You are not limited to profitable skills. Instead, you can use those skills to make your interests profitable. The interest that you became obsessed with on your path to a big, meaningful goal. Sorry, that's the end of the sentence. The interests that you became obsessed with on your path to a big, meaningful goal. Don't be surprised if your life's work becomes more and more clear. This path does not require mastery in every skill associated with the skill stack previously discussed. Instead, mastery is developed when you start building, identify problems, and supplement your building with specific self-education. You can create, test, and iterate a freelancing, coaching, or consulting offer at a low price point. You do not have the experience required to develop and market an expensive service, so start small as you would anything worth improving. The reason we are starting with a service, not a product, is because generating an income from a low price point product would be nearly impossible from the start without ample money invested in paid distribution like advertisements. With a problem-oriented service and sales know-how, you can generate a full-time income with 2 to 4 clients a month, rather than 100 to 500 product sales. As we will learn in the next section, all you need to do is get the service in front of eyeballs and your name in people's mouths. As you work with others, generate results, and attract an audience, you are well on your way to removing the cap on your income. In most cases, if you do not grow stagnant, you can out-earn most of the best jobs you will find after 12 years of formal education. Considering everything goes right, which it won't, you can expect belief-shattering results. You can expect belief-shattering results in 6 to 12 months of focus. With leverage built and an audience unable to invest in a high-cost service, you can use your previous results to create a product from that service. When you put it in front of the audience you've been nurturing for months to years, it will sell. You can choose to stay as one person, or you can use the leverage you've built to start a real business. Although I don't see why you'd want to unless you develop a love for building and monetizing impactful projects. The next section is called You Are the Niche. You have $100,000 trapped in your head. Starting a business is how you begin to order that information to display its perceived value. The most profitable niche is you. Your unique skills, interests, and experience overlap in a way that allow you to solve profitable problems for people you enjoy working with. The authentic don't have to compete with anyone but themselves. In every business course, video, or article I consume, the most apparent advice is to niche down. It makes sense, but pushes people toward working with people they hate, with a skill they feel locked into, and don't have any room to pivot without exhausting the money they use to survive. All right, I'm going to stop it there, and I'll see you tomorrow for day 54. Thank you so much for being here. Hope you have an excellent rest of your Sunday.